Hello again and welcome to class 681. 681, yes sir. We only have 120 classes left. We only have 120 segments left until we reach class 800. And then what? I say this every 5 months. I remember when we reached class 200. I said, will we continue to 201? We did. Then class 400. Will we continue after that? We did. And then class 600. And if you remember, not long ago, no hace mucho, not long ago, I said, will we continue after class 600? Yes. So here I am with class 681. And the question is, will we continue after class 800? Because the contract is to class 800. We always renew the contract because people enjoy the course. I enjoy the course. Marta has a lot of work. It gives her work. It gives me work. Eso está bien. Todos tengamos trabajo. We all have work. Yeah, the day we don't have work is a big problem. The day I'm unemployed, she's unemployed, you're unemployed, the people in television are unemployed, then we have a problem. The only important piece of news, fíjate, piece of news or news item, cuando es una noticia que se emite por los medios cada día, son a piece of news or a news item, or some news. The only important news every day is that everybody, practically everybody, 99.9% of the people successfully reach their workplace and work, or successfully reach the school and receive education, supposedly good education, or that the domestic housewife or whatever reaches starts the daily routines. Everybody starts. The world continues. The day that stops, the day that changes is the day we enter a cataclysmic period in world history. But there's nothing important. The only important thing is I'm here, you're here, we're together, Marta's here, and we're still living, eating, loving, and continuing. And that's life. Yeah, since the dawn of civilization, since the dawn, como Don Corleone? No, dawn, no. Dawn is D-A-W-N, dawn, which means el amanecer, o el alba. Yes, at the crack of dawn. Crack como grieta, crack, un crack. The football, for example, crack, con CK al final. But we say the crack of dawn means al despuntar el alba. All right. Right at the beginning. At the dawn. The dawn of civilization, el amanecer de la civilización. At the dawn of civilization. Ever since the dawn of civilization, people, the routine, that's the only important thing. Today, it's very early. It's 7:35 in the morning. Will the routine continue today like yesterday and the day before yesterday? Yes, nothing really changes. It's the routine. When I was 25, living in Spain, in Madrid, I got up early in the morning, drove my car to work, and drove back in the evening. It was the same. It's the same today. And the time it takes me to go to work today is the same that it took me 45 years ago to go to work. To drive from Dallas, Texas to Houston, Texas, 50 years ago was 4 hours. Today, to drive from Houston, Texas to Dallas, Texas is 4 hours. Nothing really has changed. To fly from Madrid to New York 50 years ago was 7.5 hours. No, Madrid and New York was 8 hours. Now it's 7.5 hours or 8. Nothing has changed. To make a telephone call 50 years ago from here, from Madrid, to Austin, Texas, was a question of 1 minute. Now, it's 10 seconds. All right. Okay. But it's only a question of 50 seconds. Nothing has really changed. For my grandparents, my grandfather, my grandmother, they were born in 1890, 1891, 1889. For them, when they were 10 years old, no cars, no airplanes, no television, no running water in their house. The bathroom was outside, what you call in Spanish el retrete de afuera. The bathroom was outside. And to go from Dallas to Houston was 2 days. Okay. By horse and carriage, or maybe 3 days. Now, 4 hours. Okay, when I was 10 years old, 4 hours. So, but for my grandparents, when they died, before they died, in the 1960s and 1970s and 1980s, yes, they could fly from New York to Madrid in 8 hours. Radio, television, electric light, running water, cars, planes, trains, everything. For my grandparents, life changed completely. From 0 to 100, materially, industrially, and technologically. But for me, no. Practically nothing has changed. The only thing for me that has changed in my life is the ability to write. It's the email, cyberspace, electronics. Only in that area, in electronics, things have really changed. Has it had an important impact on me? No, it hasn't changed me. And I don't think it has changed you or Marta or anybody. Our personalities have not changed. We're still the same. We still get angry if we suffer an injustice. We still fall in love. We still, in the same way. We still lose our head sometimes when we fall in love. Nothing really has changed. All right, where are we? My God, focus. Learn to speak up. Let's continue where we left off yesterday, which is page 157, the last 5 or 6 sentences on page 157. El profesor no se presentó para la clase. The teacher didn't show up for the class, or the teacher didn't turn up for the class. Turn up. The teacher didn't show up. Now, if it's a university setting, the professor, because at university level, we don't say teacher, we say professor. The professor didn't turn up for the class. The professor didn't show up. Escúchame. Escúchame. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. It's frustrating. Es frustrante, Marta. In la Feria del Libro cada año, in the book fair, every year, I receive a lot of visits. Because I spend maybe 10 or 12 hours in the book fair on different days. And people come up to me. ¿Te acuerdas aquí? El policía se me acercó. The policeman came up to me. La gente se me acerca. People come up to me. And 90% of the time, some people come up to me and sometimes say, hello, how are you? Fine. Or sometimes they say, soy tu fan número uno. I'm your number 1 fan. Very typical. Or vienen, mi mujer se acuesta y se levanta con usted. Listening on the radio, así no me he enterado. These are very common, funny expressions, okay? And sometimes he's with his wife. He says, my wife gets up in the morning and goes to bed at night with you, Richard. And I look at, wow. And I say, okay, I'm a lucky man. But if somebody, it's maybe 1 out of every 5 people says, te escucho todas las mañanas. Okay. Maybe 20% of the people who come up to me say, hola Richard, le escucho, te escucho todas las mañanas. And of those people, 90% say, I listen you. And I correct them. Of course, no, listen to. Yeah, perdona, I listen to you. They make that mistake. All my life, listen no existe sin tú, excepto cuando no hay complemento. Escucha, listen, eso sí. Pero si hay un complemento, the music, listen to the music, listen to the noise, listen to me, listen to the waves in the ocean, listen to. You recuerdo una vez? I remember once, 30 years ago, in a class, I was so frustrated, for about 2 minutes with the student, I said, listen to. And I said it for 2 minutes, para que se le penetrase. Come on. Listen to. But he constantly made that mistake. All right, escúchame. Listen to me. And if you make that mistake, I'm going to kill you, okay? All right? Be careful, all right? All right, si no cancelas la reunión, la cancelaré yo. If you don't call off the meeting, I'll call it off. Claro. These are phrasal verb lists. If you don't call off the meeting, I'll call it off. If you don't cancel the meeting, I'll cancel it. Casi mejor. If you don't cancel the meeting, siempre hay un verbo estándar normal o latino para los phrasals. If you don't cancel the meeting, I'll cancel it. If you don't call off the meeting, I'll call it off. I teach phrasal verbs for listening comprehension, not for oral reproduction. All right, quítate el abrigo. Quítatelo ahora. Take off your coat. Take it off now. Take off your coat. Take it off now. Take off your coat. Take it off now. Take your coat off. Opcional. Cuando dices coat, es sustantivo. Now with the pronoun, no. Take it off. 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 Take it all off. Take it off. Repasa el informe primero. Después lo repasaré yo. Look over the report first, and then I'll look it over. First, you look it over, and then I'll look it over. Look over the report. You look over the report first. Okay? Okay. And then after you have looked over it, then I'll look over it. Once you've looked over it, then I'll look over it. But first, you look over the report, and then I'll look over it. Okay? Look over it or look it over. Curioso, repasar como look over. It's correct in the middle or at the end, the pronoun. I'll look over it. I'll look it over. Don't worry in this case. Pasemos a la lista siguiente. Let's go on to the next list. But not today. Let's go on to the next list. Well, we'll go on to the next list in this book another day. Let's go on to the next list in this book. Translation booklet. Are you ready? Page 276. 76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets following. All right. 66 trombones. Yeah. Can you believe a parade, un desfile? And the first is 76 people playing a trombone. Bum, bum, bum. 76 trombones led the big parade. Dirigía el gran desfile, parada, parade, with 110 cornets. Yes. Cornet in English no es corneta. That's a bugle. Cornet is fliscorno. Sí, no lo conoces aquí, no. It's similar to a trumpet. Fliscorno. All right. Okay, ¿se ha firmado ya? Voz pasiva, Dios mío. I don't know the passive voice, Richard. ¿Se ha firmado ya? ¿Ha sido firmado ya? Ahora sí. Has it been signed yet? It's the same. Of course, in Spanish you have two styles. Ha sido hecho, se ha hecho. It's more common to say se ha hecho, se ha firmado. It's more common. It's a bit less natural to say ha sido firmado, but it's correct. Has it been signed yet? Has it been signed yet? Dieta? Una dieta? No. Signed yet. Signed yet. Signed yet. Parece ruso. Signed yet. Signed yet. Ya, signed yet. Has it been signed yet? Has it been signed yet? All right. ¿Se han visto ya? Entre el uno al otro. Have they seen each other yet? Have they seen each other yet? Yet, no, already aquí. ¿Se han visto? ¿Ya se han visto? Have they seen each other yet? Yeah. Have they seen each other? ¿Se ha hecho ya? ¿Ha sido hecho ya? Has it been done yet? Has it been signed yet? Have they seen each other yet? Has it been done? Done. 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 Has it been done yet? ¿Por qué no se ha hecho? ¿Por qué no se ha hecho? Why hasn't it been done? It's your responsibility to make sure that it gets done. It's your responsibility to make sure that it gets done. Que se haga. Impersonal. That it gets done. Why hasn't it been done yet? I told you it needed to be done by today. It's 7:45 in the morning, and it hasn't been done yet. Why hasn't it been done yet? Oh, wait a minute, Richard, it's only 7:45 in the morning. You said you wanted it to be done by today. Well, today is just starting. Maybe in an hour, maybe in 2 hours, but don't worry. It'll be done. Or it'll get done. Se hará. All right, it'll be done, it'll get done. Nadie me dijo que tenía que ser hecho. Okay, tenía que hacerse. Nobody told me it had to get done. Nobody told me it had to be done. ¿Cuál diría yo? To get or to be aquí? Nadie me dijo que tenía que ser hecho o tenía que hacerse. Nobody told me it had to get done. To be done, mejor. Nobody told me it had to be done. Nobody told me. Nobody. Fíjate la dureza de las consonantes en inglés. Las consonantes en español son suaves muchas veces. Badajoz. La B, la D y la Z son suaves. Badajoz. I remember a man from Chile, un chileno, said, Sao, ese Sao. Sao, ¿qué es Sao? Ah, sábado. Ese Sao, este Sao. Un guiri, intentando hablar español, diría, este sábado. Oh, it's totally different. Este sábado. Sábado. Es que ni se termina la consonante. Sábado. Hola, yo sé español. Este sábado. Y así hablamos inglés. Sábado, dooby-doo. You remember? Lo que se conoce en la filosofía de Descartes, ¿no? Descartes said, to do is to be. Hacer es ser. To do is to be. And Pascal, the philosopher, said, lo contrario. To be is to do. And there was a big debate. To do is to be, or to be is to do. And finally, Frank Sinatra solved the problem. Dooby-dooby-dooby. All right. To be. Sábado. All right. Nobody told me. Nadie me dijo que tenía que ser hecho. Nobody told me it had to be done. Nobody told me it had to be done. You didn't tell me. Marta didn't tell me. Nobody told me. No one told me it had to be done. ¿Han sido despertados ya? Have they been woken up yet? No, they're still asleep. Shh, quiet. Oh, wake them up. Wake them up. It's about time. Ya es hora de que se levanten, eh? It's about time they get up. So go and wake them up. All right. Have they been woken up yet? No, they haven't. Ella ya ha sido advertida 2 veces. She has. Contraigamos. She's already. She has already been warned twice. Dice warned, no say warned. Advised is avisar de una responsabilidad. Warned is avisar de un peligro. Ojo. She's already been warned twice. She has already been warned twice. Okay. She has already. She's already been warned twice. Si algo ocurre, es culpa de ella. If something happens, it's her fault. It's not mine. It's not mine, it's hers. It's not mine, it's hers. It's not my fault, it's her fault if something happens. If nothing happens, she's fortunate, she's lucky. All right. Yo no estoy dispuesto a aceptar la culpa. I'm not willing to accept. Mucha consonante aquí. I'm not willing to accept la culpa, the blame. Yes. I'm not willing to accept the blame. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I'm not willing to accept the blame. No me culpes a mí. Don't blame me. I'm only the English teacher. If the lights don't work, if the camera doesn't work, if the acoustics are bad, it's not my fault. Si la acústica es mala. Si las acústicas son malas. Yeah, en inglés se dice así. If the acoustics are. Es una excepción en inglés. Ethics is. Dynamics is. If the acoustics are bad, it's not my fault. Don't blame me. I'm not willing to accept the blame. No quiero que culpes a nadie. I don't want you. Carmenchu. No, es primo de Carmenchu. El want you. I don't want you to blame anyone. No quiero que culpes a nadie. I don't want you to blame anybody. I don't want you to blame anybody. No es culpa de nadie. It's no one's fault. It's nobody's fault. Yes, it's nobody's fault. Esta expresión, no es culpa de nadie. It's nobody's fault. Se dirá una vez. Pero lo que se dice muchísimo en inglés is it's nobody's fault but your own. Especially a mother to her child. Jennifer, don't cry. It's nobody's fault but your own. No es culpa de nadie, salvo de ti misma. All right. It's nobody's fault but your own. Y eso sí se dice mucho en inglés. It's nobody's fault but your own. I don't know why you're upset and crying. I told you not to put your finger in the socket. The socket in the wall is el enchufe de la pared. I told you, little Jimmy, I told you not to put your finger in the socket. Now you're crying. It's nobody's fault but your own. It's nobody's fault but your own. I'm sure the next time you're not going to put your finger in the socket, right? All right. We learn through experience, right? Okay. All right. Poor Jimmy, he's crying. But it's nobody's fault but his own. All right. No tenemos que echar la culpa a nadie. We don't have to blame anyone. We don't have to blame anybody. We don't have to blame anyone. ¿Por qué hacer las cosas tan difíciles? ¿Por qué hacer las cosas más difíciles de lo que ya son? Eso. Hay gente aquí en esta empresa que hace eso. ¿Por qué hacer las cosas más difíciles de lo que ya son? Why make things more difficult than they already are? Why make things more difficult? Why make things? ¿Por qué sentarme? Why sit in a chair like this? Why make things more difficult than they already are? Things are already difficult. Life is difficult. Life is an uphill battle. Yes, always uphill. It's not a downhill stroll. Stroll es un paseo caminando. Stroll. Stroller es como cochecito de niño. Stroll es promenade. Promener, it's a stroll. A downhill stroll, an uphill battle. Struggling. Life is an uphill battle. It's not a downhill stroll. Why make things more difficult than they already are? ¿Me lo puedes resumir? Can you sum it up for me? Can you sum it up for me? Can you sum it up? Sum, como sumar. Can you sum it up for me? O sea, puedes resumirlo para mí en vez de me lo puedes resumir. Can you sum it up for me? Oh, aquí dice, can you summarize it for me? Me lo han cambiado. It's correct. Es más fácil sumarizar. Summarize. Can you summarize it? Can you summarize? Can you summarize it for me? Can you sum it up? Can you sum it up for me? Sé justo lo suficiente para bañarme. I know just enough to get by. I know just enough to get by. But I have to go now. See you tomorrow.